Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner from Taranaki, Phoenix Shaw. And Phoenix opponent, fighting out of the blue corner from South Auckland, please welcome Louie Taufa.
Well, for all those watching back at home, once again, don't you dare go away. These boys are big, well over 100 kilograms. This may or may not go the distance.
Well, both boys have 7 and 8 respectively, with Phoenix is 7 and Louie with 8 bouts to their name, so it's very, very even. So when that bell goes, they might have a small measure up, but I saw the boys yesterday with the cruiserweight. They came sprinting out as well.
Well, Phoenix Shaw, you know, from Waitara Taranaki, when asked titles, none, ... yet. Loving the confidence. Heavyweight fighter, wow, 98 kilograms, too shy of 100. He's there in the red against his opponent, Louie Taufa. Silent but deadly.
So if you're a follower of sport, like, well, you must be because you're watching it, Phoenix Shaw, his dad was a former basketball player. In fact, he played for the Tall Blacks.
Well, he would be one of the fighters tonight that actually his height matches his description in terms of, you know, what he's put down there. 6'4". He does look all 6'4" against Louie Taufa there, standing around 1'8", a little bit shorter, but he'll make up for that in power.
If he starts getting in that crouch position, a lot of that power is going to come from that hip region.
Just as we, you know, you talk about the hip region and power, I'm not liking what I see there from the guard, not the guard, sorry, the headgear. You know, Phoenix probably needs to come up a little bit.
Yeah, it's dropped down. As soon as he starts playing with it, he leaves himself in sort of almost like a blind spot, isn't it?
And you know, any division, you don't want your headgear to be interfering with division, but heavyweights.
You can see Louie, his eyes focused, you know, on those body shots at the moment, just waiting for that guard to drop down with Phoenix, especially that left, so he can throw that massive right-hand bomb over the top.
Yeah, speaking of bombs too, you expect you know, the pace to be a little bit slower, but as you just alluded to, Brett, if one of those bombs does land, it will be night-night. Even the crowd, a little bit silent anticipation because they know it can all end with one shot here tonight. Nice jabs there from Louie there in the blue.
Even though these guys are the junior male 100, they are still only two-minute rounds.
Good to see Louie coming forward now. Just want to see that headgear come up a bit more there on Phoenix. Hopefully they can fix that in between rounds. That nice speedy jab there from Phoenix, closing out the round here for round number 1. Junior final. Quite a measured round, bit of a feel-out process, but rightly so. Both boys coming in quite heavy. Nice shots here as Louie comes forward on the inside. Nice feint, just getting out of the way of those jabs. Nice movement. We talked about David Tua, seeing a little bit of David Tua-esque, that style, being the shorter fighter of the two.
Yeah, well, as we said when we were in Aoteroa for the Nationals and some months and months ago, David made himself available and he's set himself up his own gym and training area. He said he didn't really want to go back into boxing, but his nephew talked him into it, he said. I felt like saying, somebody talked you into doing something, David.
Well, how good was it too to have him in Taupo? You know, the hardest thing was actually getting him over to come and commentate because he was talking to pretty much everyone in the room that evening. He's just such a humble but dangerous human.
Yeah. Tell you another young man who's going to be looking forward to watching at the Commonwealth Games, David Nakia.
Yeah, it's always good to have him in the house as well, and that's what a lot of these contestants aspire to, is moving on to the Commonwealths, the Olympics, then pro, because that's where, you know, if you want to truly make it in the boxing world, that's how you get there, and it all starts here. David Tua started on these, the Joseph Parkers, the David Akers. Second round now. You know, crowd in anticipation because one shot can change it all. Nice overhand right there from Phoenix. Just jabbing out now as Louie comes forward.
A couple of nice body shots, ripping into that midriff.
Nice tight guard too here from Louie. You know, he's not dropping the guard. Beautiful overhand right, in and out. Just stalking Phoenix as he comes forward. Doing a great job too to keep out those shots and then throw a left hook of his own. Another one. He's got that power and you can hear it when he comes forward. Just walking him down. Speed too, you know, he's quick for a heavy. He'll come forward with that right. There's a right jab to the body. Almost thought he was going to throw the left at the same time. He's quick. Doesn't like Phoenix too, doesn't want to bar as he walks back.
A couple of those body shots ripped into it as you see him, Louie doing it again, working on that midriff.
That's a beautiful thing to see. You know, if they're holding that guard high, attack the body. They're holding it low, attack the head. And this is Louie's doing a perfect job of it. You know, he's hitting it high. He'll go up into the guard, you know, cower, or hold that guard high, and then we just go straight to the breadbasket.
It's almost a very good example of explaining it to him, you know, for those that are watching at the moment. If you're just tuning in and following it, it's sometimes always expected that the taller man is going to actually have the advantage over a shorter man. But if a short boxer, shorter of the two, works it out quick enough that he can get in close, stay there, and not allow that extra reach, would be at 2 or 4 inches, it doesn't really matter. But you'll sort of get an example here. He works onto that middle part. Boom. That was your replay of that right-hand jab straight to the midriff.
The shorter fighter has to make up for it. They have to get in the pocket. They have to be speedy. They have to go low. In most cases, the taller fighter will use that reach advantage. But at times, if the shorter fighter's a little bit quicker, he'll do the damage, just as he is in this fight. About as we should say. And the crowd watching on, it's been a very exciting day with the Commonwealth selectors here. Medals, national titles on the line. Obviously, Sky Sport next and Sky Sport 3. What a weekend we've got ahead.
Full day tomorrow, of course, kicking off at 1 o'clock and with our live coverage. And then we'll be back again, of course, at 5 o'clock. But it's not over yet. We haven't finished, so stay where you are.
The third and final for all those two watching back at home, whether you're in Auckland. Big shout out to Louie's South Auckland crew watching this bout tonight. He's doing them proud. Tongan proud as well as he comes forward. Beautiful speed, right overhand there, landing right on the button.
Yeah, you got a feeling he's sniffing a victory here if he can just stay composed. Don't try and do anything silly.
Looking for how he comes forward now with that power. Hips looking dangerous.
Oh, Phoenix Shaw's having to use a lot of energy trying to stay away from some of these big punches because he's taken a fair whack to the midsection of his body.
He's done a great job too, though, being very consistent with those jabs, throwing out those shots, being busy, trying to keep Louie at bay. But Louie's got such a formidable style that he'll make it hard for any tall fighter, and he always will be facing taller fighters in this weight range. Big shots here from Louie as he walks forward now. 1 minute down, 1 minute to go for the junior title.
We have to easily be 50 odd metres away from these boxers directly with headsets on, and we can still hear these punches coming through.
Big shots here from Louie as he comes forward now. Just punishing those right. I mean, even though some of those shots land on the guard and on the arm, they still hurt. They still take it out of you. Just remember too, when you get punched in the arm, over 20, 30, 50 times, it does make your shots harder to throw. Beautiful movement here too from Louie. He's really light on the feet. Just getting out of the way of those shots there from Phoenix.
So they get the final 10 seconds. Get ready to sort out who is the champion. Phoenix sort of saying, well, okay, I might have a chance here, but saved by the bell to some degree.
Oh, look, the way these guys threw him forward, I wouldn't mind seeing a few more. What about that was? those watching back home, what a performance. We are almost reaching the end of the night, and what an afternoon and evening of fights it's been on Sky Sport. Next, Sky 3. We get ready soon for the judges' decision. What are your thoughts, though, Brett? Who do you think pulled this one out the bag?
I'm having to say that I'm going to go with blue with Louie. I think he took it away. We'll